Hey, what's going on, guys? It's LuceyGoosey or Kyle, and welcome to my Week 1 matchup for UPL Season 2. We're going up against the Manchester Beedrills, Coach Dark of Team Chaos. I don't know if he goes by the Manchester Beedrills this season because technically we're all on teams. I didn't really explain it in the draft analysis, so I thought I'd go over it a little bit here. We're in teams of 3. We have 6 teams of 3, 18 coaches. Basically, everyone has 3 teams on their team. I don't know how to explain it, but 3 coaches. We all drafted individual teams, and each week one team goes up against the other one. So like I'll battle Coach 1. My teammates are Mandy the Turtle and Jake, and so like, we'll say Mandy battles Coach 2 and Jake battles Coach 3, something along those lines. And yeah, that's basically what's going to happen for the season. And yeah, we're facing Team Chaos this week. I think that's their team name. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, he's got a pretty scary team. I think he drafted it around the idea of grassy terrain, a lot of it. And I know that he said in the chat multiple times that he didn't really enjoy this team. But he's got a really good team. That Bulu Heatran core is really good. And then he's got Sticky Webs, Levani. And under Sticky Webs, Mega Ampharos can be really good. And he's got the Tornadus for that prankster, tailwind and stuff like that. And then he's got some really good offensive pressure with Bulu, Heatran, Weavile, stuff like that. And he made a few free agent transactions. I think he had Chinchino and something else, and he picked up Piloswine and Gallade. And other than that, he's got some pretty good walls, Jellicent, Torkoal, and obviously Savali is something you have to prepare for, but it's kind of hard because you don't know what type it's going to be. So anyways, we're going to get into my team, go over it real quick, and then we'll get into the battle. So here is my team. First Pokemon we are bringing is going to be Roserade. We're bringing Ivy for Week 1, Assault Vest Roserade. I want it to be able to take hits from Ampharos really well as, you know, to live something from Heatran. We do have the Hidden Power Ground, and I want to be able to live 1 hit from Heatran and deal back a Hidden Power Ground. Also, if Jellicent comes, this will be our main switch into Jellicent because Jellicent can't really touch us. We can also take a Hurricane from the Tornadus if it has it. So I figured Assault Vest was pretty good. We have Giga Drain and Leaf Storm on there just because of varying situations. Obviously, if Jellicent doesn't come, we probably won't click either of them except maybe on the Piloswine if it comes. But yeah, this is what we're bringing. If Bulu comes, then the grassy terrain is going to benefit us, and we can do more damage with our grass type moves as well. So that's pretty awesome. If grassy terrain is up, we have to be aware of that, of our Hidden Power Ground not doing as much damage. We are bringing a pretty bulky set. You guys can see pretty speedy, and then 216 EVs and HP, and then we have some in defense, and then the remaining in special attack. So kind of a defensive Roserade, and I just really want to be able to take hits, so that is why we're bringing it. Next Pokemon we're bringing is going to be Gengar. Wazowski's coming this week. We're bringing the Choice Scarf Wazowski because if he Scarfs anything, we will outspeed it, which is really nice, except for the Tornadus. I believe we outspeed everything else, or if he Scarfs his Weavile, which I don't think he'd Scarf Weavile. But yeah, we outspeed basically everything on his team. And the things I was worried about was like Scarf Bulu or Scarf Heatran. So that's why I wanted to bring this. We have Hidden Power Fighting because I would have put Hidden Power Ground, but because of one, Weavile is also weak to fighting, so that's really nice. But because of that grassy terrain, it weakens Hidden Power Ground, so that's why I wanted Hidden Power Fighting on there. It also allows us to hit if he brings Savali Steel, which is something I think he might bring. So if he brings Savali Steel, then we have that Hidden Power Fighting to hit it. We also have Destiny Bond just in case we need to click that. And then Sludge Wave and Shadow Ball. Sludge Wave basically hits everything on his team. We just need to make sure we get rid of Heatran. And yeah, it's really nice. And then Shadow Ball. I mean, we can just spam Shadow Ball against this team because he's not going to switch Bulu into a Shadow or into a Gengar. So it's really nice. I think we're going to be putting in a lot of work with Wazowski. I wanted to run a different item on it just so we could get more damage off, but I felt like Choice Scarf was necessary in case he did bring a Scarfer. That was going to be really good against our team. So the next Pokemon we're going to be bringing is going to be Tapu Fini. We're bringing Oceana. Bringing Leftovers because I feel like it has to have Leftovers. Like, Tapu Fini is one of those Pokemon that it's really good defensively, but it needs reliable recovery. It doesn't have it, so Leftovers is really important to have on it, and it's a really good item. I know Choice Specs are really good with Tapu Fini as well. But yeah. Anyways, we're bringing Defog, Surf, Taunt, and Moonblast. I didn't want to bring Defog and Taunt, but Taunt's going to allow us to 1v1 the Jellicent, and Defog's going to allow us to get rid of Hazards. Usually, Taunt is also going to allow us to stop Hazards from going up, but there's some Pokemon that set up Hazards on his team that I don't want to stay in and Taunt. Because Torkoal, obviously a Stealth Rock setter, I don't want to Taunt that, because if I stay in the Taunt it, then it's going to go for Solar Beam and obliterate my Tapu Fini. And then his other Stealth Rock setters being Heatran, which I believe is one of his Z move users with that Z Solar Beam, could absolutely destroy us, or if the sun's up, just regular Solar Beam. And then there's Piloswine, who I wouldn't mind staying in taunting, but that is yeah, that would be the only one I'd stay in taunt to get rid of Hazard. So I figured taunt was best because it allows me to 1v1 the Jellicent, and if it comes to late game, that's going to help us out. It also prevents the Ampharos from resting if it's late game, and I'm like, alright, I'll sack off Fini here and taunt the Ampharos. But yeah, there we go. That is going to be our Tapu Fini set. Next Pokemon we're bringing is going to be Hot Hands Rotom Heat. We're bringing a Choice Scarf Rotom Heat, but it's not meant to be offensive. I want to trick this Choice Scarf onto a Stealth Rock setter, whether it be Torkoal, whether it be Heatran, or, well, actually, I don't really want it to be on Heatran, but whether it be Torkoal or Piloswine if he brings either of those two, or Jellicent. Because I can, or even Levani. I don't really know if I want to give a Choice Scarf to Levani, but Torkoal, Jellicent, those would be the two. If he doesn't bring either of them, then we're just going to try to get like leftovers off of something and give the scarf to something bad. I don't know. But Volt Switch, Overheat, Thunderbolt. It's not terrible to have this because it does allow us to outspeed a couple of things. We do outspeed the Tornadus if it's not scarfed, obviously. And so we'll be able to get awesome, nice Thunderbolts on there. And we also outspeed the Weavile with that Overheat. We can get off a little bit of damage. But obviously we don't have any special attack investment. So it's not going to be doing super good amounts of damage, but it still will be good nonetheless. Next Pokemon I'm bringing is going to be Steelix because I needed a rocker this week, and Steelix seemed like the most solid option. We got Solid Snake, solid option, you know. Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Roar, Heavy Slam. This is going to be really important because roaring things out to get that damage on everything will be really nice. Obviously, Weavile weak to rocks. It's nice to get that residual damage off on the Tornadus if it comes. Torkoal, because it's so hard to break down Torkoal, and even Levani if he brings it, because we can keep getting rid of those webs, you know, bringing rocks and then, you know, roaring Levani out could be really nice as well. We can take hits from basically everything. Mainly blue is what I want this to take hits from. If he brings the superpower, I'll be actually really surprised because superpower doesn't hit any of like my main Pokemon. So I don't think he'd bring superpower just to hit the Steelix, but we'll have to see. And then Earthquake, obviously we can take hits from Mega Ampharos all day long. We can get out that Earthquake. Heavy Slam's going to hit Bulu. Heavy Slam's going to hit a bunch of stuff. And also, we should be able to take hits from the Piloswine if it comes and hit that thing with a Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam's not going to be doing a ton of damage, but it will be doing damage nonetheless. So I think this Steelix is going to be really nice. And last but not least, we have we got Handsome, the Hariyama. I'm bringing Thick Fat this week because I needed to switch in to Weavile. I think it's coming 100% because Weavile does check my Salamence, because I couldn't bring Salamence this week. A Choice Banded Ice Shard from Weavile is going to do like 100%. Like it will OHKO my Salamence unless I bring a ton of defensive investment or a Yachi Berry, and I didn't really want to do that because even with Yachi Berry, like a Banded Icicle crash killed me, and it was just like, no, I can't do it. So no Salamence this week, but this is going to be my dedicated switch in. Bullet Punch after Rocks will do a lot of damage, so after Rocks and then Fake Out into Bullet Punch will kill the Weavile, which is really nice. Close Combat's going to allow us to do a ton of damage to things like the Heatran and stuff like that, and then Knock Off just to get rid of items. So it is 4 moves. I didn't want to run Assault Vest. I wanted to run that Leftovers just to get that recovery. But yeah, I didn't really want to run Assault Vest. It would have been nice, but like Tornadus, Hurricane, you know, it's going to do a lot of damage. And I figured Leftovers is just fine because I'm never going to stay in to take hits from a Torn as it is. So I figured Leftovers would probably be best just so we can get our health back. Anyways, that is our team we're bringing this week. I'll get into the replay in just a second, and then that'll be it. Alright guys, we are here with a match. You can see what he brought. He brought the Tornadus, the Heatran, the Bulu, Ampharos, and the Piloswine, and the Glade. Obviously, we have our team right there. I was not expecting the Glade at all, but it does put in a lot of work against our team, and it wasn't something I really thought about at the beginning of the match, but it does. I have like 4 psychic weaknesses, 4 fighting weaknesses, and it should have been something that clicked in my head that Gallade was going to come to this match. I'm very under prepped for it, but anyways, we're going to get into this match right here. One thing I forgot to mention while I was going over my team is last season, Dark beat us, the Manchester Beedrills just destroyed us. I think it was week 2 of the first season, 6-0 with like a baton pass into Nihilego, like some speed into Nihilego, and it just killed us. So anyways, yeah, Dark likes to play around with the speed, so I'm guessing Tailwind's going to be on that Tornadus. Yeah, we're just going to click play right here. We'll get started. I'm going to lead off with my Hariyama. I just want to see what he wants to lead with. Piloswine was like a probable lead, and it's Heatran as well, so it does help us if we could stop like Rockers getting out, but we're just going to see the Tornadus, so I have a feeling he wants to go for his Tailwind. I'm just going to go out on my Rotom anyways, because I know I threatened this thing out. But he's actually going to go for the U-turn here, and I wasn't expecting this thing to have U-turn. I was expecting it to just have like a little bit more offensive things, but it was really more of a pivot for Tailwind. Anyways, we get some bad luck right there. Not luck, but really good play on his part. I'm going to go on my Roserade right here, expecting to live anything from him. Obviously, we take the Horn Leech, but I completely forgot at this point that Blue had Zen Headbutt, and I didn't even calc it, but we're going to get lucky right here because we're so bulky. We're going to live this Zen Headbutt. We're going to go for the Sludge Bomb, but we're going to flinch. So he gets that 20% flinch right there. At this point, I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just sack off Roserade, and we'll switch out into our Steelix, but he's actually going to stay in. I went for the Hidden Power Ground in case he made the switch out into his Heatran. Obviously, it's not going to do much in the grassy terrain, but I'm actually going to save my Roserade because it is still important. And he's going to go for Volt Switch right here on to our Steelix. So it's really nice because we're going to block that Volt Switch. We can switch into Mega Ampharos all day long. We're going to go get up our rocks right here as he's actually going to go out in the Piloswine. So he's going to try to get up rocks of his own. I'm going to go out into Tapu Fini because Tapu Fini can take any hit from Piloswine if he wanted to go for like Earthquake or something, but he just goes for his rocks. So he's going to make the switch out into Ampharos as I just go for the Surf. Piloswine is just such a problem to me, and I want to make sure we get rid of it quick. But anyways, we're going to go for the Moonblast here on Ampharos. Any damage is really important. And he's actually going to go for Hidden Power. I believe that's Hidden Power Grass, and I don't know why he brought Hidden Power Grass, but he did. So that's the thing. Anyways, he's going to go out on Tornadus right here as I just go for another Moonblast, taking this thing down to 27%. So not too many switch-ins left for his Tornadus. Obviously, this one's the Prankster Tornadus, so it doesn't get Regenerator. I'm going to go for Defog, though, because I really want to switch in my Rotom, but I don't want all this damage on my Rotom because I do not have Pain Split this week. So yeah, I'm just going to go out with my Rotom right here. If he wants to go for Hurricane, we can take it. He does go for the U-turn, however, which kind of stinks because we could have just stayed in with Tapu Fini and gone for like a Surf or something. But he is going to go out in his Ampharos, which at this point I'm like, oh, okay, he's going to rest. That's fine. We'll just go get up our rocks again. And he didn't have rest this week. He actually had Power Gem, so I believe he had Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Power Gem, Dragon Pulse maybe. We're going to get up our rocks right here, though, because it is important. And I'm just going to figure out if this Piloswine is specially defensive or physically defensive. And by this damage right here, he's either specially defensive or he is max HP, max attack. So so he's not physically defensive, which means that Hariyama can take him out. But we're going to go for the Roar right here, expecting a switch, and we actually get something really nice. We get the Blue. We can scout out for the Superpower right here, however, I don't think he's going to have it because he had the Zen Headbutt. And he's going to go for the Nature's Madness. Unfortunately, he's going to miss. I don't think it matters too much, though, because you guys can see right here, if he would have hit that, I don't know what he would have clicked next, but he clicks Horn Leech right here, and it only does 34%. So we would have been able to still take Nature's Madness plus Horn Leech, so I don't think it mattered too much. However, it does mean now that we do live hits from like Piloswine or from like Gallade and stuff like that. But he is going to go out into Heatran. We can't take a hit from Heatran at this range, so we're going to go out into our Tapu Fini. I know we can take hits, and I believe he goes for Eruption right here. Good thing he didn't go for like Z Solar Beam, predicting that. But anyways, we can see if he has Z Solar Beam right here. I figured at this point, I'm just going to click Surf, and he's going to go out into Ampharos. If he did have the Z Solar Beam killed off our Tapu Fini, is not the biggest deal. I don't really want Rocks up on my side, but it's nice to get that damage off on Torn. But now we finally see Torn switch back in, and I'm like, all right, now it doesn't matter. And I go for Defog right here because we were able to kill Ampharos. We weren't able to get, or we stopped it from getting another switch in, and so Rocks aren't important anymore for me. He's gonna go for the U-turn here as we stay in, and he makes the switch out in the Glade. I just went for Surf. Probably should have went for Moonblast because it would have been the better play, but I didn't want Heatran to come in, so I went for Surf. He's gonna go for Zen Headbutt. He's gonna get a nice flinch again right here, so that's 2 flinches now. But we are right now we're out of range of another one, but we see the Z move right here, so I know he actually goes for Z trick. And let me talk about this real quick. Okay, so we went for Moonblast and took him down. So we actually were in range of another Zen Headbutt, but because of the Zen Headbutt before that, he thought that we were really defensive, but he got a super low roll, and then right there he went for the Z trick because he figured that we were really defensive, and he couldn't kill us with another one, but he actually could have killed us with another one, and then he would have been at a high percentage. But anyways, he's going to get off his Z trick right here, and now he's at ×2 speed. But we get the Moonblast off, which is really nice because now we can fake him out with Hariyama. But anyways, we should be able to live another one unless he gets a max roll. And he does get a pretty high roll to 39%, and we flinch again. So we're not going to be able to 6-0 Dark, that's for sure, because our Tapu Fini's gone now. But he is at 3%, which means that we can bring in our Hariyama right here, and we can just go for the fake out and kill this thing. Could have went with Bullet Punch, didn't really matter. But he's actually going to go out into Tornadus, which now we'll go for Bullet Punch. And he does get up that tail one, but it's not going to matter too much. It does mean that Paloswine outspeeds us, and Heat Ran also, but I think Heat Ran outsped us anyways. He's going to go for Eruption here, and this is where Thick Fat comes in handy because we're going to eat it up. We're just going to go for the close combat, kill that Heat Ran, and yeah, if he has Earthquake on Piloswine, I believe it has a chance to kill us right here if he's max attack. But he's actually going to predict the Rotom, I think, just in case I was like preserving differential or something, and go for Stone Edge right here, and we're just going to go for a close combat. Doesn't kill, but we do have that Bullet Punch, and Hariyama's actually going to pick up 4 kills in this game, which is really cool, and I believe Steelix got the other 2, one with Rocks on Ampharos and the Heavy Slam on Bulu. So great game to Dark. We do get the 5-0 victory, which is really nice. Anyways, next week we go up against Buff, and he's got a Rain team, and it's really scary, but anyways, that's going to do it for this match. So hopefully you guys did all enjoy. I'm out for now. Peace.